guys, it's me, Jen, your Pudgy Picker, here at my desk with another Monday Savers haul. When the camera's facing this way, it's a Savers haul. When it's facing down at the desk, it's a Goodwill haul. Seems to be what's going on. But hopefully soon we will be going to garage sales and finding all kinds of cheap, good stuff. So today I wrote it down somewhere, $40.78. Funny, I got two of a couple of things. Kind of funny. But I got a wide variety of items, $40, not too bad. So let's just show you what I got. I found two clocks. One is just a basic, everyday black and white clock. This one was $3.99, so I paid $2. Just a standard quick battery. I did test this out at the store, and it did work. And I don't know how many people would be interested in even using this anymore, but now we have a Barbie one with a unicorn, and this one was $3. So I don't know. Are kids still being taught how to read clocks with the arms on them? Gosh, I sound so old. So yeah, so those two definitely should do pretty well. I might look up the Barbie one and see if it would do better on eBay. If not, I could see putting 8 to 10 on that and probably 7 or 8 on the plain one. Sounds good to me. I looked at the fabric. Sometimes it's a bust, and other times it's not too bad. They had two sets of this, and I took one out so I could open it up and show it to you. So this was $5.49, so it was what, $2.75. Had two pieces of fabric. One is a yard of this plain, like quilted looking fabric. This is Daisy Kingdom is the designer on this one. And then the other piece is a panel for a quilt. So all you need to do is buy, you know, the sewing stuff, the batting, etc. And here's what this looks like. It has the snowman, and it says, "Do you see what I see?" So yeah, pretty decent, like a crib size. So I was pretty happy with that. So I saw this one, and then I also saw another one. So I will look these up. These will probably go on eBay, I'm guessing. I sell a lot of like the fabric books and other things on there. Vests and things, sort of okay, but these should do really well. So yeah, so I have two of those. So basically $5.50 for two sets, which is not bad. I did, when I was going to fold this up, I did measure it. And this is just shy of 4 yards. And it was $3, so it's basically just this white background. And then I believe those are black flowers. They are not blue. So yeah. So usually when I get a piece this big, I'll probably cut this in half. You want it big enough where people can actually, you know, make more than one thing from it. But usually when you have something like this, people don't want 4 yards of it. So I would say cut it in half or cut it into thirds. But we'll see. Haven't got to that point yet. You know, I just got caught up on all of my my tops, and I was just like, I'll still just look. So I'm being more selective in what I'm finding clothes-wise. But I found two things that I thought would do really well. This one's $6.99. It looks brand new to me. It's a basic t-shirt. So $6.99, I paid $3.50. This is a size 5X, and it is Catherine's brand. So it's the short sleeve, I don't know, feathers? Would you say that's feathers? Pretty long shirt in one of my favorite colors, of course, purple. So I will wash that up before that goes on eBay. And then this also, and I know a lot of the larger size concert shirts they get really aren't the size that they say they're going to be, but I always put armpit to armpit measurements, and I do neckline to hemline measurements for people. This one, it says is the size 2, so that's a vanity size. $4.49, so it was 2 1/4, and this says Jefferson Airplane. So for those of you who are of a certain age, oh, it's got a little knot on the corner. So they were Jefferson Airplane, then they were Jefferson Starship, then they were just Starship. I don't know. So I thought that was pretty cool. The little cutout here too is kind of cool. So we'll get that washed up, turn it inside out. A couple things to hang on the wall. Been seeing a lot of the baskets and such, you know, boho. People are still buying that. So this was $2.99, so I paid $1.50. I guess you could hang it up that way, but it has this pretty little embroidered flowers. So I thought that was sweet. Somebody will love to hang that up. I would say this would probably go for, I'd probably put $8 on that. People like nautical stuff, being right here on Lake Erie as we are here in Cleveland. And I think this might have been professionally, yeah, it was professionally made. And it says handcrafted in the Philippines. So it has this little tag. And I guess this was probably at Marshall's or one of those stores. And I don't know what the price under there, but it has a clearance price of $12. And then we have the Savers $4.99, and I paid $2.50. So it's this driftwood wreath. Isn't that pretty? With the glass and some shells on it. It didn't look too beat up, so I was pretty happy to pick that up. So that will go into my booth. I would say probably 14 to 16 on that should do okay. I found 2 of these items. Do you see? See my unicorn? I did find 2 of these, so I'm going to show you one up close, but that one, I know downstairs somewhere I have some of the little mini light bulbs. I had a backup one and one in there, and they were both blown out. So I did a lot of switching back and forth, but that one's working perfectly fine. Here's the other one. So it's this nice ceramic glass. They were $5.99 each, so I paid $3 each with the half price. These were originally a Target item, so I'm not sure how much they were initially there, but I don't know. I could probably do these for, I would say, probably $12 a piece. They should do perfectly fine, and considering I only paid $3, that's a very good deal. So there's what it looks like, and there's what it looks like lit up. I'm sure you could probably even use the colored bulbs, like maybe red or pink. I mean, you could change the look of this, but I just thought this was really nice, and I always run my hand over all the pointy spots to make sure there's nothing sharp. I have bought and sold these many times before. This one might actually be an actual hourglass. So I've had it sitting on my desk for a little bit. I should measure the time, but this was $5.99, so I paid $3. It is glass. It is not marked, but I like the black sand it has in there. See, it's trickling down. Pretty cool. I know they come in all different sizes. This one might actually be, I'm thinking maybe a half an hour. So they're all called hourglasses, but of course some of the larger ones were actual. It would take the sand an hour to run. So it's not just that's what hourglass. I know, things you find out when you grow up. We have a fish. I don't know, I guess you could consider that a paperweight. $5.99, so I paid $3, but very pretty. It's got all those bubbles in there. And of course I checked over it really well, and there's no chips. So let's see if I can get it out to the store without breaking it. So yeah, I always definitely pick these up. It's so funny because you see it and you're like, that's so pretty, and then you go pick it up and you're like, oh, it's got a big piece missing or a chip or something. I try to be more careful because sometimes in my enthusiasm, I pick up something and I don't look over it real well. So I try. I really try. Now, the last item that I have is I was very surprised by this. It is metal. Yeah, it's like a enamel covered metal. And the back says Hearth and Hand with Magnolia. So I think that is sold at Target, if I'm not mistaken. It might be for that couple that buys and fixes up houses on HGTV. That's probably where this is from, but this says Powder Room. Isn't that pretty? This was also $5.99, so I only paid $3. It's pretty heavy. It has a place to mount it, but like I said, it's metal. But I thought that was really cute. I don't know who in the world will buy this, but somebody will. So yeah, not too bad. Very happy with what I picked up. Just looking around, making sure I didn't forget anything. So not an absolute ton of things, but I haven't been to Savers in a couple of weeks. It's been kind of cold and it's hard to get my butt out of bed. I'm just being honest. But I've been really making an effort to, clean downstairs where I have all my inventory, what needs to be listed, what needs to go out to the store, what am I not going to sell, something I picked up a while ago, now I don't think I'm going to keep it. So all of that kind of stuff. So I've been donating some items, and I've been selling a few on Marketplace, and of course pulling things to take out to my store. I don't have anything in the basement that is not listed on eBay. Down there I have an inventory in part of the area. You know, I showed it at one point. Maybe now that it's straightened up, I could do that again. But anything that is down there for eBay has already been listed, cataloged, and is storing, waiting to be purchased. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this haul. We're getting back into, I'm sure I'll hit Savers, but once we hopefully it gets to be a really busy season with garage sailing, and I usually kind of slow down going to the thrift store because of that. So we'll see. Last couple of years since the panorama at the garage sailing has just not been good. So hopefully this year it'll get better. But we're going to go out there and we're going to find some good stuff because, yeah, we have to. And it's cheap. It has such a nice profit margin. So, yeah, so that is it. That is all. Please give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below or a question if you have any. You guys looking forward to garage sale season? Or are you somewhere really hot that this is not? Once it gets super hot, people don't have garage sales. Yeah, so we're gearing up for that. And I guess I will see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in and spending some time with me. And I will see you next time. And until then, happy picking. Bye. Won't put that in the video. Oh, we started recording.